When you have people studying these artifacts, they just basically tell you where they're found, what is the motif, what does it look like,
Mhm.
and they don't really get past that,
Right.
and the work that I'm doing and the work that you're doing is taking these artifacts or these symbols, hieroglyphs, and saying there is so many more dimensions to this. The main points in these artifacts has to do with the eyes and the hands. That's it. So it's like when you look at the artifact, you say, okay, I'm going to see if this geometry fits in alignment with the eyes and the hands. And when I put my overlay on it, and my overlay is very simple. It's just a 23.5 degree line and a 15 degree line. And those are the two.
Now, isn't 23.5 degrees the degrees from the Tropic of Cancer to Tropic of Capricorn?
Yes, and you could say like Capricorn is winter solstice.
Right.
And then Cancer is summer solstice.
Right. And I tell people that the land of milk and honey is from the beginning of summer to the beginning of winter. In the sign Cancer, there's a group of stars called the Beehive Cluster. That's where the honey comes from. And in Sagittarius, you have the Milky Way galaxy center, and that's where the milk comes from. And that I've traced back to the Egyptian Book of the Dead.
And this is where everything opened up to me. And that's what the chapter in this book is all about. The Brazen Serpent chapter, I started to go into the Book of the Dead and the pyramid text of Unas, and it's like, it's literally astrology. It's talking about the gods are these stars. This god is that star. And you have to pass through this god to get to that god. So it's like when you're looking at with the lens of astrology, you're like, oh my God, this is a map.
Right.
We could probably spend all show on this, but I want you to pay attention. Look at his eye in the pyramid. It's directly in the center. And this is the sun. This is the solar, his solar symbology. From Jesus's eye, the whole perspective of this room goes directly into his eye, and it's at 26 degrees. So it's half of 52 degrees.
Right.
All right. And you can see the line from his eye goes to the left, which is where Aries starts, right?
Aries is all the way on the left, correct.
And you see how
guys who are keeping track, Aries is green. He's wearing the green. That's how you know it starts. You have spring, summer, fall, and winter. They're broken up into 4 sections of 3. It is spring all the way on the left because that was the first. Aries was the first, right? And Aries is when all the snow melts and all the green starts to grow and the lush comes back. That's why he's wearing green. But go on, sorry.
And you can see the first 3 apostles. They are looking directly into that eye.
Yes.
So they're looking into the sun. Okay. From the corner of the table, you see how there's a line that slopes up the back of the 4th apostle?
Correct.
This slope is 23.5 degrees. And then on the right side, we have another apostle kind of leaned over, and he's at 26 degrees. But you can see from the end of the table, there's another line, and it goes directly into Jesus's eye. And this line is 15 degrees. Now, why is 15 degrees so important? That is the hour it takes. It takes 15 degrees for the sun to move in the sky 1 hour.
15 degrees, 1 hour, times that by 24, you get your full circle.
Yes, and behind him are 3 windows. These windows are very important because it's a very ancient concept of solar symbolism. And it's actually goes back to Babylon, and all over the world it's called Gate of the Gods. And this is where the sun shines through a door or a window during the solstices or the equinoxes.
It does that in the Lascaux caves too. From 17,000 years ago, the sun goes into the cave on the summer solstice and illuminates the back of the wall.
Exactly. And you can see this all over the world. Leonardo da Vinci knew about what we are discussing.
Right.
And it was at such a high level that this was hidden directly in his artwork. Not just in the painting, it's showing you from the geometry of the painting. This is like the real Da Vinci Code. And I want to show you that Leonardo da Vinci was following a motif or a knowledge that is found all over the world and it has not changed
No.
in I would say 12,000 years. So this is 2400 BC. So we're looking almost 5,000 years ago. It says this artifact has great detail in the bull's eye, and it represents the power of the king as well as the god Shemesh. And we know Shemesh is a solar deity. So here's the artifact. And you can see it's this golden bull's head with a beard. And this is where it comes from, the Royal Cemetery of Ur. And it's right here in Iraq. So you can see where Egypt is and where Turkey is. Göbekli Tepe is up here.
Yep.
So this whole area.
This is the golden calf, guys.
This is the golden calf. Like, that's what you're looking at.
Right.
And you can see there's these 4 sections below it, which has these motifs. And already you can see that there's already starting something to form here just by putting this here. Okay. So if you put, let's say, at the bottom where the Scorpion Man is, the 23.5 degree and 15 degree line, you can see that these lines hit various things like the eyes of these beings. And as you move it around, it's hitting very important things. You can see it even follows the path of the lines that are in the motif itself. And again, you want to see it going through the eyes. Remember I said the code is about the eyes and the hands, because the eyes represent the sun. You have, obviously a Scorpion Man. So we can say Scorpio. This could be an Oryx, which is an animal of the desert. And Oryx is the constellation, is it Aruga? Sorry, it's in the constellation of Taurus. So that would be Scorpio and then Taurus. So you can see like this is like Leo or the lion holding water.
The water pitcher, which is Aquarius, and those are opposing signs.
That's correct.
Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, and Leo. Those are the 4 fixed signs of the zodiac.
That's what I'm saying.
Wow.
And
that's
this
Revelation 4:7, people, the 4-headed animal. That's Ezekiel. And the Tetramorph. Now you see why I couldn't reply to you in just a reply on Twitter?
This is from Iran, for example. So you look at the eyes.
It's always the eye.
Yeah, so the eye, like just in Leonardo's, this is 3000 BC. Okay, this is over 5,000 years old from Iran, showing the exact same thing. Look at his body with his skirt, 15 degrees from the eye. It's the sun. 5,000 years old in Iran. It is showing the exact same thing.
This is so fun. We're figuring this out in real time.
I told you, I just put these slides together like an hour before. Look how old this is. Almost 6,000 years. All right, so here's this weird, look at this thing. It's like it has this weird head with these weird eyes, and it has these weird symbols on the body as well, right? But look, if you put the 23.5 degree angle on its face, it's like it's showing you that this is a solar image of the sun's path. So even at 6,000 years ago,
I want you guys to really take that in.
This is showing you the location of where the artifact was made. I try not to get too complicated with the lines because you can kind of get a little nuts with this, and it gets very confusing. But all I'm trying to show is that once you use this code and you're just going through this layout, everything in this image fits within these lines.
This is remarkable, and this is gold too, so they had to weld this.
Yes.
So they had to weld in sacred mathematics. They did this by looking up.
Yeah. It goes back to the most ancient science and the most ancient mystical knowledge that we are the mirror of the universe. We are the cosmic measuring stick. Your eye to your hand from your outstretched arm is 15 degrees in the sky. You are the measuring tool. They can hold the staff out into the sky and the horizon. They can put the staff down and they can see where the sun is and see where they are. So that's it, folks. That's all I got for today.
Well, that's all you got. Oh.
I found it in one thing and I'm like, can I find it elsewhere? And like I'm telling you, I have hundreds now. I have hundreds of artifacts from all over the world that literally follow this code. It's not like this is my theory, this is my hypothesis, and
Right.
I go, no, look,